Hi, Brianna. Hi, Moses. I'm doing good, thank you. How about you? Oh, I love you too. You Onions being nosy. My hair is a mess. We just gonna ignore this. We gonna ignore this. This is like a weird angle. Can you guys see like the cluster back behind me? Wait. Is that better? No, I still haven't found him. He's still missing. We don't know what happened to him. But one of our neighbors said that their dogs got a hold of a cat. And so I was kind of like, should I ask them? Should I not? But to be honest, me and my husband don't want to ask because we're kind of like, we rather not know and have the hopes of that he's gonna come back, so we don't want to know if it was our cat that their dog got a hold of. You're so pretty. Oh, thank you. I feel like a bum today. I feel like a bum. I feel like my face looks super huge right now because my camera angle is not cute. Not cute. I wonder if I can like drop it. I feel like that's worse. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Yo, girl's double chin is like... I hope he comes back. My father was feeding a cat from the street that used to come. He just disappeared one day and it never came back. Oh, yeah, my cat, he's been missing since like mid-February. He was outside one night and we were gonna let him in, and then we were like calling for him and he didn't come back because they're indoor outdoor cats, because I live on a ranch basically, so my cats are kind of like indoor outdoor. And for whatever reason we just never saw him again. And then I spoke with one of my neighbors like a few weeks ago, and she told me that the next door neighbor had told her that her dogs had gotten a hold of a cat. And so I was kind of like contemplating whether or not I wanted to ask the neighbor like what color cat it was or like when. And I told my husband, I was like, I kind of don't want to know, just in case it is our cat. Like, I want to have the hope. I want to still hold on to the hope that he's going to come back. Plus, I don't want to, if it was him, like, I don't want to know. So I'm just kind of like hoping that he still comes back, I guess. But I'm a little bummed out. My husband's really bummed out because that's like his favorite cat. I missed you. I'm a bit late, sorry. Hi, Joe Star. Hi, Val. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been on here. You guys, there has been so much stuff that has changed when I tell you, because I know some of you guys are like, where the hell have you been? Why haven't you posted anything? Why haven't you posted any content? A lot has changed. Oh, it's okay. I know, it's hot. It's actually a nice day out right now, but the other day it was like 95 and it was disgusting. It was terrible. Terrible weather. I mean, it was nasty. Like, you went outside and you felt dirty. You had swamp ass like instantly. Hey, Foo-Foo. I miss you guys. I've missed you guys. I'm gonna see if like more people are gonna come in. If not, then I'll just go ahead and start telling you guys what has changed. It was so bad yesterday. I had gym outside and I almost passed out. Oh my gosh. You better drink some water. Get your electrolytes. Callie be so cray. Has it been hot? Because my parents are still in Cali, but my parents were telling me that, I think it was yesterday, that it was really cold. My parents are in Southern California. I don't want to shower in cold water every single day. Oh, even the cold water comes out kind of hot, huh? Pass. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, if any of you have ever been to Texas or live in Texas, you guys already know how bipolar the weather is out here. It is freaking insane and bipolar as hell. It like legit, one day we were sitting on the back porch and it was nice. It was probably like 75 out and it was really, really good weather. So we were kind of sitting outside enjoying the stars. And then within like 2 minutes, this big, huge like gust of wind came in and it was like blowing like 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then it dropped down to like 30 degrees. It was really freaking crazy. We went from having the AC on in the house to like we had to turn it off and then switch it over to the heat. You used to live in Texas. Oh, what part of Texas did you used to live in? Oh, I'm sorry about your uncle. I'm sorry about your uncle. Where in Texas are you coming out? If you're anywhere near me, I'll come and give you a hug. Rosenberg. I don't know where the heck that is. So I am like near Austin. I'm on the outskirts of Austin, like North Austin. Like spring in Illinois, where at one moment it was raining, then being sunny, then raining again, then all of a sudden it's snowing. Oh, yep, that's Texas. Last time I did a live, we had a tornado watch. Maya, I'm really sorry about your uncle. Were you close with him? Your friend lives in Houston. Houston is like 3.5 hours from me. Maybe 2.5. I don't know. I think I've only been to Houston like once. And it was like the outskirts of Houston. It wasn't even like Houston. He took care of me when I was little, but he is in a better place. Oh, Maya, I'm sorry. Onion, come say hi. Hello. I'll never live in South since I'm not dealing with tornadoes. Yeah, I'm in Tornado Alley.
You should tell them what we did to Dad.
I will. If you're not going to come in and say hi, go and close the door because I don't want to hear the video games. My, I hope you're okay, but the hospital he was in probably did something to him, because when I called him, he was good. Aw, if you don't mind me asking, what did he pass away from? There was a tornado warning and stuff, and I started crying. Oh, yeah, I start running around like a chicken with its head cut off. It's kind of gruesome, but that's kind of how I get. I feel like that's way too high. There. In California, where I am, I experienced my first earthquake. Oh, where are you at in California? But it happened when I was in the bathroom. I think he had a tumor or something, and then he had internal bleeding. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I hope you do okay too. Death sucks, man. We've lost so many people recently, and I'm finally to the point in my life, because remember I did a live for anybody on here from last time where like I was dealing with a lot of like death and stuff in my family, so it's been like a really hard road, but I feel like I'm in a good place right now in my life finally, where I'm working on myself and getting my mind right. So I've gotten through it, but I mean, even now, like I'm not 100% like over everything. You never get over it, but I'm just to the point where I've just accepted it, and I'm just kind of like one day at a time. Like even though it always still feels like fresh, I feel like the best thing like we can do is not mourn them, but like just remember all the good things. I know that sounds like cliche, but I feel like that honestly helps the most. I wonder where the OGs are at. All the OGs that be on the live all the time. So we're like 13 minutes into the live, so I guess I'm just gonna start telling you guys like all the new stuff. Okay, so one of the new things that has been different, which is why I haven't like really been on and been around here lately, which I've been just trying to balance everything out so that way I can get a like set schedule where I can film and post and upload and do lives and do all of that stuff. But yo girl started working. I had to get a side hustle. My friend Venus, or their YouTube name girl, should have been on the live, but I didn't know they know you're live. Aww. Yeah, so your girl had to get a side hustle. So I've been working here lately. I've been working weekends. So I'm gonna be doing that for the time being. Everything is good with work. I really enjoy it. I really like it. I've met some really, really cool people. I made some really good friends, and that's what basically. So for those of you who, if you remember, Onion had like after school tutoring, and he was getting behind because he has dyslexia and he's kind of borderline ADHD. So he was getting a little bit behind in school, and we were still going through all this testing period. And so we got him into tutoring after school. So I have to like go to the school, pick him up, bring him back to the house. So juggling all of that, plus like maintaining the house, plus working and all of that stuff, like it's just been kind of like but now it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, this is what it's gonna be like. Now he's not in tutoring, he's already finished tutoring, so that's all good and done. Also, my little brother Johnny, if you guys remember, he would sometimes pop in into the chats. My little brother Johnny is actually staying with me. He's been here for about 2, maybe 3 weeks now. Me and him have talked about it because he's has some experience like doing photo editing and doing some stuff like that. So he's actually going to help me with some video editing, and I'm going to teach him some of the stuff on some of my video editing software that I have currently. So he is actually going to learn some of that, but he is familiar with video editing. So I'm probably going to like film, and then he'll probably be my video editor if he decides that he wants to live here. So that's something else new. Something else that's new, that why I've been gone, is yo girl lost, drum roll, 30 pounds. What? Yeah, I remember last time we had a lot, not this last time, but the last time of, like, I talked about like wanting to lose weight, trying to be getting healthy, getting right. So I have been doing that, and I've been working out, I've been eating right, I've been doing all kinds of stuff. So I've lost 30 pounds, and I'm not done yet. I am still gonna keep going. I need, my short-term goal is to lose another 30 pounds, but long-term goal in total, I want to lose like 70 pounds. So 30 more pounds, I've lost 60 pounds, and then 20 more to that. Add 20 more to that. So, or well, that's 80. Well, anyway, so I want to lose more weight, obviously. Your girl got some, she got some excess, but my clothes are fitting bigger. My double chin is almost gone. Girl, I got a jawline. What? What? Who is this? Who is this? This is I will cut your butter, and this is I will cut your testicles off. Just kidding. And then, girl, my cheekbones. Look at this. What? I've been drinking water like crazy. Yes. Plus, we've had so many like medical things going on. So not medical things like emergencies or anything like that, but on top of that, like I've had doctor's appointments after doctor's appointments. So has Trevor, so has Aaron. We've been trying to get our health all regulated. We've been like, we gym together. The Revenge of the girl, yes. This was, so me and Lola, you guys remember Lola, we named her Bertha. You know, this bitch right here. So now I have to like kind of throw my head back, but you girls, like, look at it. Yeah, she there. She coming back. Revenge jawline. Revenge jawline. My like arms have gotten smaller. Look. Ooh, workout. Muscle. But my arms have gotten smaller. My face got smaller. My midsection got smaller. Girl, I was looking like Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time. I hope everything's going good with your work. Yes, it's going good with my work. I like it so far. You sometimes hear a jingle. Oh, yes! My stomach is a little right now. I ate a sandwich earlier. My stomach, I need some water. I miss everybody. I hope you guys didn't forget about me. I've been trying to take care of life. I be making the ugliest faces. I look tan. I will admit, I got a little bit of a tan going on. I got some sun. This right here. Psoriasis gang, where you at? If you got psoriasis, put an emoji. Put an emoji in there. If you don't, you're lucky. But your girl got psoriasis. That's what them crusty ass arms, them crusty ass elbows are about. But even my psoriasis is going away, because usually my psoriasis is like up to here. It's like spread from here to like all the way up, and is, as you can see, like it is, even that is clearing up. It usually goes all the way up to here. That's clearing up too. I hope they didn't either. I hope not. I hope they remember me. I hope they remember me. I feel like I gotta pee again. I just went pee before coming in here. Now I feel like I gotta go pee again. You've been getting tan too? Yes. I was in like Dallas, Fort Worth area the week last 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks already? Dang. Maybe like a week and a half ago. I went and did some makeup, like prom makeup and stuff. They came out so beautiful. Shout out to my babies, Sadie and Sophia. I love you guys. But I was out by the pool, and your girl got a little color. Come through, Latina, come through. I got eczema, but not psoriasis. Oh, so I was actually misdiagnosed for majority of my life, and it wasn't up until 2 years ago that they were like, that's not eczema, that's psoriasis. So all these years I've been treated for eczema, and it never went away. I can never get the relief that I needed. And then finally 2 years ago, they're like, that's psoriasis. And I'm like, geez. So I actually got ointment, and I put it on, and it's been helping that too. But I feel like just getting healthier in general, losing weight, taking care of myself, taking my vitamins, doing my thing, I feel like that has helped me tremendously with my psoriasis. I also get a patch like on my kneecap, but for me, like I've seen like commercials where people are like, are you ashamed of your psoriasis, and are you embarrassed to, like, I have zero to give. I don't give a damn what people think. I don't care what people think. I don't care what. They see my crusty ass elbows and they're like, damn, she half dragon. I don't fucking care. I am comfortable with whatever is going on with me. Like, I don't feel ashamed. Like, I'm not embarrassed where I'm like, let me wear a sweater all day long to cover up my crusty scale. Like, I don't freaking care. I just own it. And it's going away. It's kind of weird. Like, and it's not that I miss it or anything. It's just kind of like, I've had it my entire life. Those damn ads or commercials are, yes, they are super cringy, because it's like, dude, it's 2022. Like, I don't be talking about that big ass like mole you have on your face with 3 hairs. I don't talk about your nose hairs, your ears hairs. I don't talk about why are you worried about my psoriasis? Why are you gonna sit here and be like, oh, you gotta wear a sweater? Are you embarrassed to go outside? Are you ashamed to show people your skin because of your skin condition? Like, no, I don't care. What the hell? It's just skin. I'm pretty sure there's worse things in the world that you could have than some crusty ass elbows and some crusty kneecaps. you hope it doesn't worsen. You know what? I've had it my entire life, and there's times when it gets real bad to where like it cracks and it hurts, because especially like here, like bending my arm and doing like this type of thing, like it'll crack and then heal and then crack and heal. So it kind of it's not like painful, like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, but it gets uncomfortable. But it's never gone away completely. And I feel like this is the best it's ever looked. Because, I mean, look at the discoloration on my arm, like you see all right here. Like, legit, this thing will spread all the way up to here. It'll be all the way up my freaking arm. And it's, like, almost going away. I just tell people, I'm part mermaid. They're just part of my scales. Where's everybody at? These lives be popping most of the time. I think they forgot about me. They don't talk about Sammy. Get that tan. For reals, I just go in the sun for a little bit and I just get darker. Like, I got a little like sunburnt, but not really. I didn't, usually I'm like really good about putting on sunscreen and stuff, and I didn't, so I got a little charred, you know, but then it just turned brown for this live, so some people, so they can come and watch. Oh, I would love that. Yeah, if you guys like my video, share, or like share my live or whatever, I love you. I love you. I was thinking, I feel like, so I was thinking, since I haven't been on, and I've been like really MIA here lately, but for good cause, for good reason. And I know that a lot of people are like really into anime and all that stuff. So I was thinking about like drawing an anime picture and then like sending it to somebody. They'd have to be US, of course, but I was thinking about like sending it to someone as like a thank you. Just randomly pick somebody. You hate the doctors that they gotten misdiagnosed often. Yeah, I don't hate the doctor. I hate the dentist. I do not like the dentist. But doctors don't bother me. Sometimes I get a little like apprehensive because it's like they're gonna tell you what's wrong. I do have like some kind of bummed out news, like not like super bad. Hopefully it won't be bad. You guys keep me in your prayers. But I did go, when I went to my OBGYN, they did find like a lump in my boob. But hopefully it's nothing. So I gotta go and get that checked out, which that's gonna hurt like a mofo, but I gotta get that checked out and make sure that I don't have anything cancerous going on in my boob. So that sucks. That's a bummer. And breast cancer does kind of run in my family on my mom's side, so you guys keep me in your prayers. That is nothing. I had experiences of doctors being condescending. Yeah, that's one thing that I tell my husband that I really can't stand, is that I feel like, and I'm not saying all doctors are like this, but the handful or majority of all the doctors that I've gone to, they have usually just brushed me off, and instead of like trying to help me get rid of or get cured or whatever it is that's going on, like I feel like they just try to get me on medication to still keep me being sick, and then not like get me better, you know what I mean? Because if you're healthy and everything's a-okay with you, they're not making money. And it kind of sucks that a lot of them have that mentality, because it's like, what happened to people like trying to help and make people get better? Like, you just want to keep me sick so you can keep making that money off of me. So that sucks. Dang, you said it to 20 people? Love, 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 love you. I don't know. I need to find out where my damn wizard cane is at, because I want to give you a huzzah. Where the hell is my wizard cane? Hold on. I hope my damn dog didn't chew it up. If you see my room, you see all this chaos in here. This is all chaos right now because we've been doing some spring cleaning. I got rid of so much crap. I've been deep cleaning, spring cleaning, like everything you can think of. So right now, like, everything's just kind of in here until I find a home for it or get rid of it. Hi, it's been a while. I know, it's been forever. You're sharing it with some server. Thank you. Capital Cats. Hey. Servers. Oh, thank you. Where the hell is my damn wizard cane? I don't know where my wizard cane is at. I need to give you a huzzah. Let's give you a huzzah. And also, in case you guys don't know, if you follow me on Instagram during my lives, usually when my live ends, I have like a 20-minute grace period that anybody that adds me during my lives or whatever, like, I go and I add them. I follow them back. I'm sorry. I meant to say follow. Oh, I miss you too. You sent it to 10 people. Oh, you guys are little peaches. My little fuzzy peaches. You guys are so cute. You guys are the best. I swear I have the best. Oh, hi, Jenny. Oh, you guys are the best. Some servers keep on declining this. Oh, I'm not allowed to have Insta, but I can grab my mom's phone and follow you. Oh, I will follow your mom back. Venus Pope. Hi. I need some water. My mouth feels so dry. I feel like I've been sucking on a sponge. You're already following me. Am I following you? I think I am following you. I think you DM'd me, right? I think you DM'd me and then, like, I responded back to you. Hey, Venus. I'm really bummed out. Like, I want to know where the hell my wizard cane is at. It's somewhere in here. In the pits of this damn... There's, like, legit... It was in here. Now it's not in there. I got, like, I haven't been in this room forever when I got spiders where my feet are at, okay? Yes, I can't find my huzzah stick. Where did I have it? I know I had it in here, and I feel like I had put it up so my dog wouldn't chew it. Because that thing is legit, like, 180 something years old. I'm not lying. Like, legit, that thing is old. You're so pretty. Thank you. Look at my hair. Thank you. Wait, what's your Insta? My Insta is the same as YouTube. It's sammyb.mua. I know, I love spiders. No, I'm not. Look, I have a spider tattoo. Spiders don't bother me at all. Usually whenever there's a spider, I don't kill it. I like either pick it up and put it outside in like a bush, or if it looks like that thing would like attack me and probably kill me, I usually get like a letter or like an envelope and a cup, and then I'll scoop it and then put it outside in a bush. Yeah, my Insta, let me see if I can, I'm gonna write it. So my profile that should pop up, it's a picture of me as the Mona Lisa, but it's like a cartoon drawing that I did. So it should be like me as Mona Lisa, and I'm like making like a weird face like that. But it's like a color. I mean, like it's a picture that I drew. You are beautiful though, and I love your makeup tutorials. Thank you. It's so funny. It's so funny that I always hear people and they're like, I thought that was a real person. I did not know that you were just like pretending. And I was like, yeah. I don't really talk like that. Dang, I'm really bummed out. Where the hell? All the new people that are here, I usually have a wizard cane. Legit, it's like over 100 and something years old. It was my husband's great grandpa from like the 1800s. So we use that in my lives, and we give people huzzahs with the wizard stick. So we call it the wizard stick because it kind of is like zigzaggy. And my husband's great grandfather like carved it out and like sanded it and turned it into a cane. So that's why we call it the wizard cane. I can never kill bugs. Me neither. I don't like killing bugs. I don't. Found it. Aw. Okay, I will follow back. Yeah, for defamation. Oh my gosh. Are you guys watching the Johnny Depp trial and the Amber Heard BS? I have been on that shit. That shit is juicy. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm Team Johnny all the way. All the way. I feel like Amber is nuts. Nuts. And I can... Yes! Oh my gosh. She's like... You know who she reminds me of? Look, guys, I swear, if you guys haven't seen the movie, you need to go see the movie, but I swear this is who she reminds me of. The Addams Family, I think it's Addams Family, Family Values, the one where there's like Debbie, she ends up getting with Uncle Fester, the like crazy blonde chick. Tell me that she don't remind you of Amber, like her personality. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the scene where she's like acting out what she's gonna tell the officers before she like kills Uncle Fester, and she's like, officer, my husband was in there, and she's like and she starts like laughing like a maniac. Yeah, that reminds me totally of Amber. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, my husband's like, you're biased. So when I was in high school, I was obsessed with Johnny Depp. Like, I swore up and down I was gonna marry him. And like, I mean, like, I was obsessed with him. Everybody in high school used to call me Johnny, because literally my whole entire folder was just covered in Johnny Depp stuff. So with that being said, I obviously like grew out of like that whole like obsession with Johnny Depp, but like as I want to say it in a way, like I'm just gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say the whole word because I don't want YouTube to like ding me or whatever. But I have been, and I don't like using the word victim, because I am not a victim. I am on top. I have overcame. I am in living my best life, and I have overcame so many things. But I have been in a DV relationship, and for a long time, and I've experienced it. I have gone through a BUSE, okay? So I have gone through that. I have lived through that. I have survived that. When I tell you, like, I've been beat down, put down, like, everything that you could possibly think of in a relationship, like, I have been through that. And I can honestly sit here and tell you firsthand, from a person with experience in a DV relationship, she ain't it. She is not it. She is 100% faking it. Like, nobody, like, any person that has gone through stuff like that, like, you find a way to numb yourself out, and you, like, legit try to, how do you, like, it's almost like your mind, like, just completely checks out, and you just become numb, and you just become like a wall. And for her to sit there and be like, I remember staring out the window and leaning my head up against the windshield or the window, and I just remember looking at my breath. Like, bitch, no, you don't remember shit like that. Like, come on, who sits there and is like, I feel like she's trying to make her life like this big giant movie. Like, I think that she has issues, and I feel like she's this whole thing is just one big giant movie where she's the star, so she thinks. And I'm sorry, but as a person who has been through that, I have been to court, I have gone through all of this stuff, I have dealt with police. I mean, like, you guys, the full shebang. Like, I don't even need to explain exactly what people go through, but I can tell you this firsthand. You do not sit here and you don't recall stuff like that, okay? Like, you almost like check out of your body when stuff like this happens. And I'm saying this from a person who has been in that type of, and I'm talking about like I'm not even going to use the words because I don't want YouTube to like flag me or whatever, but I'm just going to like use actions, okay? So even down to like that type of stuff where I'm like that, a pillow, like, I'm talking about like some crazy ass shit that I have endured and that I have overcame. That's why I do not like to call myself a victim. I don't like to call myself any of those things because I am not a victim, okay? I am a person who overcame, who pulled myself together, who pulled myself out, who survived, that got out of it. So I am not calling myself a victim. I feel like I am too strong and too good of a person to be labeled as a victim. But I will say she is full of freaking beans. She's full of beans. I'm like missing all of this. Ever disgrace Ruby? Yes. Yes. You're such a strong person, matter, and you'll stick by it and then stand by you. Oh, thank you. Real trauma victims ain't gonna be revealing their trauma like a soap opera like Amber did. No, they don't. You're very informed about this topic and I appreciate it so much. Oh, thank you. She definitely full of beans. Yes, like I'm telling you guys, like, the way, let me just explain something to you. When you are going through that, if you listen to the recordings, their arguments, their fights, who's the aggressor? Her, right? If you are truly a DV victim, you don't come at somebody like that. Especially when you're afraid, when you're in fear of your life, and that person is, I mean, all the injuries, all the things that she described is like horrific, right? I don't know if you guys heard about her being, you know, messed with the bottle, broken glass, and all of that. Come on, dude. Like, really? Why have you not been hospitalized? Like, that is like some real, like, come on. How do you have pictures of him where he's supposedly drunk and on drugs or whatever, and he's literally like chilling in a nap on vacation? Like, how many times have you gone to the river with your family or to a lake and you guys are all barbecuing and your uncle's like sitting on a chair with a straw hat taking a nap under the shade? Like, come on, dude. Anybody could say, oh yeah, he's drunk, or he's this, or he's that. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody could say, oh, he's dead in the photo, he's not even alive. Like, come on, that's your evidence? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. What really, honestly, I will tell you guys, what really, really bothers me, what really, really irks me, what really, really makes me mad and upset, and I don't get mad or angry like that, but what really pisses me off is that this bitch who's faking this stuff and who has doing all of this crazy stuff, she is literally making an example of herself so that when people real I need to give them a nickname. I need to give like DV aggressors a nickname. Let's call them, I don't know, give me a name. Let's give them a name, because I don't want to say it out. I don't want YouTube to like flag me or whatever for using language. Let's call them punchers. We'll call them punchers, okay? Doobs. Okay, we'll call them doobs. When doobs really be like to, let's call them victims, right? Amber has literally set people back so far back, and I'm talking, and I mean, obviously men and women can be victims, right? So we're not going to even discount men or women or anything, anybody who is a person that is being in a relationship, right? These people are now going to use this case and this trial as ammunition against victims, and telling them like, nobody's gonna believe you, nobody's gonna do this, look, nobody believed her, nobody did this, nobody did that. And those people are gonna be so afraid to come forward, so afraid to get the help that they need, because this bitch is literally faking it. And she has the hope that people, when I was going through the shit that I was going through, like, I needed somebody to save me. Like, I tried to tell people, I tried to talk to people, I tried to like approach people, and nobody, like, it's not that they didn't believe me, but I was led to believe that nobody would believe me, that nobody gave a shit about me, everybody hates me. I mean, like, the amount of mental abuse that you're put through, damn, I said it. The amount of mental, stuff that you're put through is like legit. And people say, oh, well, you obviously must have liked it because you stick. It doesn't work like that, okay? People you're literally brainwashed into thinking that you ain't shit and you will never be shit and nobody gives a shit, okay? And so for her to sit there and do all of this stuff, and we all know she's faking it. I mean, come on, guys. Look at her, no tears, her posing for the camera, and she's blowing her nose. I mean, imagine all the men and women who are in real life in that situation, going through that type of thing. Now they're dupes. The person who is on them, right? they're gonna use this case and be like, haha, nobody's gonna believe you, nobody's gonna do this. And now there's gonna be so, like, I mean, hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people who are gonna feel like they can't come forward and get the help that they need because nobody would believe them and they don't want to end up like her. You know what I'm saying? It's such an interesting case, as in a way she's harming victims while on the other hand Johnny is inspiring others to confront the odds. Yeah. And I mean, I obviously, I don't believe that Johnny is perfect. I don't believe that he doesn't have a drug problem, but I don't think it's to the extreme that she's making it out to be. I don't think that he never put hands on her, but to me, for me personally, like, if you, it don't matter if you're a man or a woman, if you have the balls to swing on somebody and take flight on somebody and throw hands at somebody, you should have the balls to be able to receive what's going to come back at you. Man or woman, I don't care. I'm not saying that it's okay for a man to just go like UFC fighter on somebody, like for slapping them, but I'm saying that I don't think for a minute that he did not defend himself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure he might have like bitch slapped her a few times, or maybe he like pushed her or something, and then she's like, ah, but you hit me because you're a man and I'm a woman and you're not supposed to do that, after he probably like punched her a million damn times. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, he's innocent and he probably never put him. I'm sure he did. You know, I'm sure she probably would like push him and push him and push him and punch him and sock him and hit him and do all this stuff till finally he was like, oh, and then like bitch slapped her or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. But for her to sit here and claim that she's innocent, and truly, as a person who's been in that situation with somebody who has had a substance, I've never had a substance abuse issue, but the person that I was with did have a substance abuse issue, and I truly think that, yeah, he's like, what, almost 60 years old, or is 60 something years old. Like, he's living his best life. I'm not encouraging nobody to do drugs. I don't judge. You do whatever the hell makes you happy, okay? If you got money and that's what makes you happy and that's what you want to do, that's on you. That's all on you. But I truly believe that she capitalized on the fact that he does use substances as a way to make him think that he blacked out and he did these horrific things to her. And he probably was like, I would never do that to her, but if that's what she said I did, maybe I did. I don't know. I just find it ironic that she has videos of broken bottles, or she has videos of or arguments or whatever, but not one time does he say, oh yeah, I beat the hell out of you, yeah, I did this, yeah, I did that, yeah. There's none of that. And then it's funny because they subpoenaed like his phone and her phone, and she never handed her phone over. But he handed his over. Like, I have nothing to hide. She never handed hers over. And then it's funny because when they looked and they investigated the photos, they were altered. But she says that they were legit real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, her photos in a nutshell are like, let's say like your grandma is sitting like this on a chair, and your grandpa is like going like this. But what really happened is he was swatting a wasp from stinging your grandma in the nose. But the picture looks like he's about to bitch slap your grandma, right? So I feel like that's how her pictures come across. Like, I feel like all of her pictures, or all of her evidence that she so-called says that it is, I feel like was completely taken out of context, or she made it seem more than what it was. And I just kind of laughed when she's like sitting there like you just see her like fake, and then the way she gets out of breath, like, I'm sorry, that does not happen. That does not happen. How you get out of, girl, you better go jog around the block getting out of breath talking. It don't make no sense. Let me see. When she said I wasn't punching you, I was hitting you. And when she said no one would believe you, made me lose all respect for her. Yes, same. Same. Yeah. I don't believe that he is a monster at all. I think that yeah, maybe he might have some substance abuse issues. I think I think that when she met him, he was good, but I think the stress and their relationship, the toxicity of their relationship, I think that that has led him more to abuse substances just to kind of escape mentally and check out mentally, so to speak. Like, I think that's a possibility because I mean, you guys heard him say stuff like, oh, she's like, why you run away from me, you always try to run away, you try to get away from me, and he is. So I feel like that's what she's trying to capitalize. Like, I feel like, yeah, maybe he does try to get away. Maybe he does want to get away from her and leave the environment and get away from the situation. And so that makes him take more substances and drink more. Like, I feel like that is a legitimate reason for him to, like, do this even more and drink even more. But I don't believe that he would just flat out come home and just start swinging on her for no damn reason. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that for a minute. I think that he's too generous and he's too famous of a person to even do something so stupid like that. Not to mention, like, all of his other exes have never ever experienced anything like that. And you don't just, like, all of a sudden you become this way and start hitting people and hurting people, like, in your relationships. Like, that's not how it works. Usually those things come in at an early onset, either from experience in your childhood or like experiences in your life, or maybe like a traumatic head injury or something along those lines. But for him to just, like, all of a sudden, all of his relationships have always been peachy, and then bam, this relationship, all of a sudden he's being accused of this stuff. So to me, it makes me wonder that it doesn't really make me wonder. I think that she literally tried to extort him for his money or get money out of him, because I'm not saying that she can't be bisexual, but for her to be in a really long time relationship with a woman and then jump in with a man and then try to paint this picture like, oh, he was an older man. I mean, it to me, when she talked about their earlier relationship, like, it felt like she was trying to insinuate that him as an older man was trying to, like, brainwash her into, like, getting with him. And obviously that's not the case. I think she saw dollar signs, and I think that's why she kind of leaned towards that gender of a relationship, like a heterosexual relationship. So I mean, it's just, I think she got some issues. I think she has some issues, and I think she likes being the center of attention. I think she likes being number one. And I think that she messed with the wrong person, and I think that she's doing this for money, because obviously she doesn't have the money. You know what I mean? She didn't donate the money she said she was to charity, and I know she did not make that much money doing Aquaman. So I think she did this. I think she lives above her means financially, and I think maybe her supporting all of her friends and paying for all these things for her friends, and I think her money was running out, and I think that Johnny Depp was her cash cow, and I think she's like cha-ching, and so she, like, got into this relationship with him. I think she got with him for the wrong reasons, and I think that she tried to manipulate him in a way to where you know what I'm saying? Like, people who do these kinds of things in relationships isolate you to the point that they make you feel like nobody cares about you, nobody loves you, nobody wants you, and they are the only person that you can count on and depend on. And I think that's what she tried to do with him. And I think that he genuinely really did love her. And I think that he tried to make it work in hopes that she would possibly change. And I think he really, really did care about her. And I think that she capitalized off of his love for her. But I think that it could have been worse. He could have been in that relationship for a much longer extended period of time than what he was. Not taken away from what he went through in that short amount of time that they were together, but it could have been worse. She could have manipulated him for many, 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 many years, you know, and now he's kind of at that point in his life. Because, I mean, he is an older man. You know what I mean? He is an older man. He's all alone. He's not as young as he once was. I mean, he maybe views himself as he's not as attractive as he once was, or whatever the case may be. So he wants to be loved, and he wants somebody to care about him, and he wants somebody to look at him maybe the same way people used to look at him when he was younger. So I feel like she really played on that, because I truly believe that he really, really did love her. And she totally took his love and scared him into loving her, or scared him into thinking that she loved him, to make sure that she had access to this. You know what I mean? Her sister backed up Johnny Depp, and her family is on his side. Yeah, of course. She's fired from Aquaman. Me too. Me too. You know who I think would be perfect for her role in Aquaman would be, I don't remember her name, but the same girl who played Daenerys in Game of Thrones alongside Jason Momoa. They had such great chemistry in Game of Thrones, and I think she would be perfect for that role. I also can't believe he was fired by the same company she was kept by. I know. Yeah, it's... What baffles me the most, what really, really scares me the most, is that Me Too movement literally backed her up, and all the organizations that go along with that Me Too movement backed them up. And it's kind of scary to think that that organization is meant to help people and is meant to bring hope, courage, strength, all of that stuff to victims of that type of situation. And for them to just blindly support and publicly speak out against somebody which they had no evidence or no nothing to back them up, it's kind of scary to think about it. I mean, how influential the media is, and that's a very scary thing to think about, because you can just be at home, just a student or just a normal human being, and then one day somebody saw you somewhere, and then bam, the whole entire news is like accusing you of being a murderer, or accusing you of like doing something so horrendous, and even though you didn't do it, like nobody would believe you, because that's how society works. You know what I mean? Like the witch trials, like the Salem witch trials, like if you hated your next door neighbor, you can literally say that they were a witch, and that they would just burn them at the stake. You know what I mean? Like, we're still living in that type of society. It's just more modern now that we don't actually go up and burn people. We're now like socially killing them. And it's kind of scary to think that that type of organization that so many victims look to for sanctuary dropped the ball big time, and they still stand by her. You know what I mean? Like, after knowing all the evidence, after knowing all of the stuff that has come out, after seeing and hearing and watching all of the evidence that has come out against her, like, these organizations that are meant to help people and to save people, they're still backing her up and supporting her. And that's kind of scary to me, because it's like, I don't want that type of organization to save me. You know what I mean? Like, you can't trust them. I know. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? I'm doing good, boo. How you doing? People like Amber genuinely scare me. Just seeing her being so disconnected from reality terrifies. I know, Me Too movement was sadly weaponized by privileged women for their own. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad because literally they took away from so many actual women that were actual victims, and they just basically like handed the spotlight over to somebody who has been faking it, and they're still backing her up and supporting her, which is the scary part. Like, you would think after all of this, listen, when you are in those types of relationships, when you truly are the victim or you truly are the person getting all of the beating, so to speak, evidence is easy to get. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can literally, it's not that complicated. What I find crazy is that all of her evidence doesn't show anything. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't show anything. And that's the crazy part, because when you're in a relationship like that, it's easy. If you're truly in a relationship like that, it is very easy to have proof or to get proof. You know what I mean? So for her to pass off these pictures of him like sleeping in a chair like this on vacation, I don't know about you, but when I'm on vacation and I'm in the beach, I'm on a hammock, I'm gonna sleep too. What, somebody's gonna take a picture of me and say, oh, I'm on drugs? Like, come on, that doesn't make sense. So all of her evidence doesn't add up. And especially that she went on the James Corden show and supposedly had 2 black eyes, a busted lip, and apparently her nose was broken. Listen, you guys know I'm a makeup artist. I've been doing makeup over 15 freaking years, okay? And I can tell you that unless you're using prosthetic makeup, you cannot cover up a busted nose, a broken nose, black eyes, all of that stuff, unless you're using like super thick, more like theatrical type makeup. You can't cover that up. If you're using basic ass foundation, basic ass concealer, basic ass, I mean, think about it. For any of you who wear makeup that have pimples or acne or whatever, when you put makeup on your face, what happens to your pimples? They look like the color of your skin, but they're still protruding out of your face. You can't smooth out your face, right? So for her to sit there and say all of that, and then take photo booth pictures with him, with James Corden, and then, or whatever his name is, and pose for pictures, up close pictures, not a single lump, not a single bump on her lips, not a single black eye. I mean, and keep in mind, studio lights are hot. Have you guys ever been on stage? Have you guys ever been in front of people? The stage is hot. Those lights are hot. You think that her makeup isn't melting or like coming off somewhere? I mean, come on. Black eyes from a broken nose. Have you guys ever seen a busted nose before? The purpleness under the eyes. Have you guys seen them? If you guys look up people with black eyes, that shit is like crazy and dark. Okay, with black eyes, like completely dark. We're talking about like this shade, like under your freaking eyeballs. There's no way. There is no way. And unless you're using like some sort of special effects style camera where you can like filter, or unless their editor team has like cinematic type video editing, you think a talk show interview, you would not be able to see her broken nose, black eyes, and her busted lip? Come on. Even her makeup artist that did her makeup for the show, signed or entered in a court document stating that she did her makeup for the show. When she came in, she had 0 makeup on. She put makeup on her and she did not have any marks on her face. She did not have any injuries. She did not have anything of the sort. And and then for her to sit there after the show and be like, can you believe I did this with 2 black eyes? And the makeup artist like, bitch, what black eyes? I did your makeup. You don't have black eyes. What are you talking about? You look like you haven't slept for a week, but you don't have black eyes. So, I don't know. It makes me mad. That shit makes me mad because I was in a situation like that. I have been in a real volatile DV relationship, and it's bad enough you are mentally, you're mentally put down. Not only do you feel alone, do you feel like there is nothing in the world that can save you, there's nothing that can help you. Not only do you feel like you're worthless, like nobody will do anything for you, like now we have this bitch going on national TV claiming all of these horrific, horrendous things. Just imagine all the people who are actually going through this, who are going to feel even more so now like nobody will believe them. Nobody will. And how many of them are going to end up just staying in that type of relationship until they're either dead on the news or end up themselves, like that type of life is very. And the injuries, I mean, come on. To have all these videos or pictures of broken glass and wine spilled, and then sit here and claim that you were with a bottle, broken glass, bashed up against the head on the wall, black eyes, broken noses, and not have a single freaking picture is crazy. And her lawyers are ridiculous. I think she found her lawyers on Wish. Not gonna lie. She got them Wish lawyers. With suppressing trans women trying to speak up too. Yeah. And that's one thing that I find so appalling, Val, and you make a good point. I saw a post the other day on Facebook about how they were saying, like, there are victims on all ends of the spectrum, right? And all these people started commenting and talking back about how, oh yeah, but men are more likely to do this and men are more. And to me, I thought, how sick of a person are you to not understand the concept of the post? The post isn't to sit there and discount that women are more likely to be a victim than men. That's not what the post is about. The post is about that being in a DV relationship has no face. It happens to men, it happens to women, trans, straight, gay, whatever. It happens to everybody, but nobody's talking about it. And that was the whole point of the thing. And now we're here witnessing a case where they're really shedding light, and it kind of sucks because imagine all the other victims who have been in relationships like that who weren't taken seriously because they didn't have a twat between their legs. Like, to me, it's kind of messed up, you know what I mean? And to sit there and be like, well, women are more likely. No, that's messed up. You're completely taking away from every single person who's ever been in a relationship like that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are some 250, 6'5", pure solid muscle man. If your girl is 110 pounds and she's doing that stuff to you, it's the same thing. It's still DV. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and take away from it or laugh it off and take it serious, because mental, I will say, wounds heal, okay? Wounds heal. The hotness of a slap, the bruising of a punch, all of that heals. But the mental stuff that sticks with you and undoing the mental anguish of the whole entire thing, that is the hardest struggle and the hardest thing to overcome. And all she's doing, that's another reason why it's fake. all she's doing is just talking about these non-existent bruising, lips, fractures, and all these different things. She's not even talking about the mental aspect of it. That shit, even now, being out of that type of relationship, okay, like I haven't been in that type of relationship in a long time now. Even now, I I wouldn't say necessarily that I struggle with the mental stuff, but there are things that still roll over with you no matter how much you get over something. You will forever second guess yourself, question yourself, this and that, and I'm thankful that I have an amazing, supportive husband. You guys know who he is. Okay, I got that prime rib, that creme de la creme of a man, right? But that type of stuff sticks with you. Getting hit, all of that stuff is like, that's like water under a bridge. That's like a piece of cake. But the stuff that never leaves you, that usually messes you up for like ever, is the mental stuff. I'm like not even seeing your, just a lot of hypocrisy. Yeah, she is the type of woman who makes abused women and who actually need protection look bad. Yep, the pimples look like caked up volcanoes. Okay, girl. Yes, she's gonna hold a fat L very soon, and I can't wait to see it. Isn't, yes, hell mysterious. Hey, Chibi. My whole feelings is that everyone should be allowed to speak out about their trauma with no fear or repercussions. Exactly. Exactly. It doesn't matter what you have going on down there. It does not matter. On a lighter note, you got a new cat. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, I feel like people just should be able to speak up. People should just be able to speak up regardless. And I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. And I feel like that whole, all her shenanigans, all her BS, I think has really set us back. And when I say us, I mean any person who has been an actual DV survivor. I think it has set those types of people back really far back. Really, really far back. What kind of cat did you get? I got paid. A Persian cat. Oh, those are so cute. Left to clean my room and stuff. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, and if any of you guys are watching and any of you are experiencing DV, you can utilize my platform to speak up and talk. If you need help and you need somebody there, or you just want somebody to listen to you, like, I'm here for you. My little community that I have is here for you. And you guys know where to DM me and reach out to me. You guys know where my email's at. Like, reach out. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. You got it at a shelter? Oh, look at you doing good in society. Rescuing little animals and such. Anything big happened these few days? What you mean? What you mean? I just said hope she's doing okay every time I thought about you. Oh, I'm doing splendid. I'm doing a lot better now. This question is very random, but do you like Sanrio? What is that? Sorry. I don't know what that is. Something new that happened in my life. My brother is currently with me, my baby brother. I lost 30 pounds. I got a job back in December. Onion is about to be in 6th grade. I got a new car. I'm still alive. I have the best husband in the whole world. I have the greatest son in the whole world. Something new, something new. I don't know. I don't know of anything else that's new. Her lawyers are a different story. LOL. I know. I died when her lawyer was like, objection to his own damn question. And I was like, bro, I swear. I mean, look at Johnny Depp's attorneys and look at her attorneys. She obviously ain't got no type of cha-ching. But low-key, I think she found her lawyers on Wish. It's funny seeing white people complaining about getting sunburnt. Meanwhile, my Mexican butt is looking the same after 30 minutes in the sun, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I go in the sun and I just get a little bit more caramelo. I have like real yellow undertones, so I feel like I get kind of golden and then I start like bronzing. Dollar Tree lawyers, yes. Bro, they got their degree off of Google. You know how Google has like courses you can do to like further your career? Yeah, I think that's what they did. He really said objection here. I know, I died. She got her lawyers off of Craigslist. That's what I think happened. Yes, them Google degrees. She went to Michael's, girl. You know, you can go to Michael's and you can do like classes for like cakes, like decorating cakes, and then they'll give you like a little certificate. She went to Michael's to get her lawyers. I'm gonna get some water. Oh, you said water. I need some water. Yes. I was what? And then, listen. I'm not a hater, okay? I'm not a hater. She was, and I say this past tense, she was a very attractive, pretty girl, right? But I see her now, and I'm like, ooh, what happened, girl? She looks like one of those people like at a Catholic school, like an all-girls Catholic school, like the nuns that be like holding the rulers, that be like, you better get out of line, I'm gonna whoop you with this ruler. Like, she kind of gives me that vibe now. And then let's just talk about her, like, her makeup situation. Like, this girl puts, like, this big, giant, brown doo-doo mark going down her cheek. And then she has, like, I don't know what. I think, to be honest, I think she watched my Mona Lisa video and did her makeup from my Mona Lisa video when she went to court. That's what it looks like. Not gonna lie. Cindy, don't even play, girl. I went on like 3 or 4 times and your bitch ass didn't even get on. Not me just realizing I was behind footage. Yes, like her, girl, her contour, I don't know what is going on with her cheekbones, but them things is higher than my education. This is, look, this is the little like sandpaper thing for drawing, okay? This is what her contour be looking like. Legit. At Angie's Music Fest, you'll get on at 7. Okay, wait, 7 my time or 7 your time? Pinche sin dientes. ¿A qué horas, güey? She be doing her shit like Maleficent. Yes. Tell me that it don't look. Listen, you can't unsee this once I tell you this. Tell me that her cheeks right here don't look like somebody got a hot dog, cut that shit in half, and glued it right here to her face. Tell me she don't got hot dog cheeks. She got them kielbasa cheeks, them ballpark Frank cheeks. Bro, the next time I do a live, I'm legit about to get me a hot dog, cut that bitch in half, and stick it right here on my cheekbones. Yes. She got them Hebrew national cheekbones. People are like, oh, she just gained a little weight. Girl, she don't gotta do her contour like that. I mean, I'm not perfect. And sometimes, and most of the time my makeup game, like, is on point. But there's some days where I'm just, like, lazy with it. But how you gonna do your makeup like that and say that you covered up your broken nose and your black eyes and all them bruises and all them busted lips and all that stuff on your face, but you be like making your hot dogs look like Hebrew nationals, like them ballpark Franks, the bun sized ones, them sausage links? She said, Val said her cheeks literally look like they came out of a toaster. Yes, them toaster strudels. That's what, you know, the icing from the toaster strudels? That's what she be using for highlight. Girl, bitch! That toaster strudel icing highlighter? Girl, bye. Bye. It's giving Barney. Yes. Yes. She got the ballpark Frank cheekbones with the toaster strudel icing highlight. Mm-mm. Wait, has everyone seen Amber say, my dog stepped on it? Oh, yes, I seen it. My dog stepped on a bee. I was like, bitch. Girl looked like she swallowed a wasp. Bro, I can't with her. You can't sit here and be like, I covered them up with makeup. But your cheekbones. How they look like that, bitch. I'm not trying to be a hater or nothing, but bitch. They'll drag Barney the dinosaur into the... He'll extinct himself from the question from Amber's lawyers. Oh my... I'm telling... yeah. And why? Like... Tell me that she don't dress like she's going to church. Tell me she don't dress like she's going to church. I feel like she's really trying to... I think she's trying to de-sexify herself to look more relatable, to get the jury to like be like lean towards her more. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's trying to make herself be like a peasant, because obviously I guarantee you nobody in that jury is rich. Nobody in that jury got millions of dollars. So I feel like she's trying to downplay her fame. She's trying to downplay her social life. I think she's trying to downplay herself as a celebrity to try to like relate more towards the juries. Hence probably the why every time she's telling her story, she is like looking at them to see their reaction. I think that's why she looks at them, to see their reaction, because I think that she feeds off of that energy. Because, you know, listen, I know some of you, like, when you watch your mom watch their little novelas or something on the show, and you know that they're cheesy as hell, but your mom be like, your mom be expressive as hell when she be watching her shows. I feel like the jury is probably like making facial expressions or whatever, and she's probably like feeding off like, oh yeah, I got them wrapped around my little fingers. So she's like, it's hyping her up a little bit more to be more like like, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, right? You know, like, you can't help but make facial expressions when you're watching something. You know what I mean? Like when you're watching like the military people who come home and then they like surprise their kids, and then like you're like, when you're like, oh shit, I'm smiling. You know what I mean? Like, you can't help smile. You can't help but make a face. Like, I feel like she's feeding off of that. Is hating on Amber. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if she loses, I mean, even if he loses, I think that all the people who are Team Johnny are like gonna create a ruckus. I'm not encouraging that, but I feel like they will. And I feel like nobody would ever... I think her career is like, it's done. Amber was dressed like she was a flight attendant. Yes! Did you see the video where... Here's another how you know she's faking it, okay? There's a video of her when they're leaving court, right? And she gets up out of the stand, and Johnny is like nonchalantly like talking with his lawyers or whoever, and he's like casually talking with them, laughing or whatever, and he's like not paying attention where he's going. And then like they're walking towards her direction, and then she's like, no. And then she looks back at the thing, the coat rack or whatever, and she's like, and then she looks back and she's like, no. And then the bailiff is like, walks over to her, and then she like grabs her by the arm, and then Amber's like, and then like takes off walking, and Johnny's like, bitch. Ugh. Like, did you guys see that? I was like, how? Bitch, you weren't acting like that when you were calling him after you filed the restraining order against him, and then went up to his hotel and then was like begging him and crying and asking him for a hug and telling him that you loved him. And he was like, dude, get the hell away from me. You filed a restraining order. Why are you showing up to my hotel room? And she's like, but I just want to feel you. I just want you to hug me. I just want you to tell me you love me. And it's like, you weren't acting like when you were calling him, telling him that you don't want to go through this and you don't want to do this, that you love him, that you care about him. And you weren't acting like that when you were like cussing at him, telling him that he's not a victim, that nobody would ever believe him. You weren't acting like that when you were cussing at him and screaming at him and being a bitch to him and doing all these things. You weren't acting like that, right? But now all of a sudden you tell this horrific story of this shit that happened to you, and then you're gonna sit there and be like, get away from me. Who the hell acts like that? And let's not even forget, let me tell you this. When you are in a DV relationship, and you are even when you are talking about the best parts of your relationship with that person who did all those horrible things to you, you're not sitting there like, oh, we were just so happy, and I just loved him so much, and oh, we just had such a great... No, you don't act like that. Not one freaking bit. Even during the happiest points of your relationship, when you truly are a victim or whatever, you're literally like, yeah, it wasn't always good, and you're more like timid, you're more reserved, you're more like, you're not gonna sit there and be like, I just loved him, and we held hands on the beach, oh, we just had such a great time, and he just treated me so... No, people don't act like that. People do not act like that. People act the same freaking way they feel towards that person. They're like monotone through and through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna sit there and act all happy describing the happiest parts of your relationship knowing that you're a victim. You don't act like that. Yes. I seen that. He was legit just walking and she jumped into him. Yes. The security guard was protecting Depp from Amber. Yeah. She sucked Johnny Depp's life energy. Now his energy is coming back while hers is leaking. Yes. It's because it's coming out of her cheekbones. Her cheek hot dogs. Her cheek dogs. We gonna call them cheek dogs. It's leaking out her cheek dogs. They oily and greasy. Can't forget about the split personality. Yes. That's why she looked dead. Girl needs a straight jacket. I be getting scared every time she looks at the camera. For reals. Have you noticed? Is it just me? No, I know it's not just me. But do you guys notice how she completely like just flips? Like, it's like funny, like she's acting and she's like, I can't. And then the attorney is like, oh, can you tell them about what happened on this day? And then she's like, oh yeah, so on this day, blah blah blah. Like, how you go from like to like, oh yeah, so like, what the... I just crack up, like, every time she leaves the courthouse, there's, like, this big, giant crowd of people standing outside the courthouse, and they're all booing her. Every single person is booing her. And every time Johnny leaves the courthouse, everybody is cheering for him. Kinda like that psychologist with the glasses and hairstyle. Oh! Don't tell Trevor that. He's gonna be like, bitch, I knew you had a thing for Johnny. Johnny Depp, if you're watching my live, I'll be your friend. I'm married, happily. I'll be your friend. You can come to my ranch in the peace in the middle of nowhere where nobody will know who you are, and chill, gather your thoughts, collect yourself, do whatever you got to do. I'll be your friend, Johnny. I'm with you. Her talking about her breathing on the window sent me so. I fucking died. I died when she said that. She's like, and I just remember, like, how you don't remember certain things, but you remember leaning your head on the window, breathing onto it, and seeing your breath. Bitch. Her Chico. Val, you are shooting. Her cheekbones are victims too. They're trying to escape from her body. I don't lie. Every time I get sad, here say Amber stop crying like a director saying cut. I know. Considering how kind others said Johnny is, he'll probably buy you a mansion. Oh, I don't need him to buy me a mansion. I just want him to get better. I just want him to get better. I'm rooting for him, you know? I'm not I want him to get healthy. I want him to get clean. I want him to get sober. I want him to do better. I want him to have a better relationship with his kids. I want the best for him. And you know, to be honest, like, Amber is nuts and she is horrible, but I hope she gets the help that she needs to. You know what I mean? I don't wish her anything bad she's ever done. I mean, in a sense, she is doing something to me personally. Like, and I say this on behalf of probably anybody who's ever been in my type of situation in my life of being in a DV relationship. That it feels personal. You know what I mean? Like, it feels personal because of, like I explained, and for anybody that's coming in, as a person who's been in that type of situation, she's making an example that she's giving people who are the abusers the power to use this to play even more into their victims' minds, that nobody will believe them and or trust them or whatever, and that, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that is why I feel it as a personal attack. Not a personal attack, but she is willingly knowing that she's doing this, so it is personal. You know what I'm saying? But I hope she finds the help. I don't want her to, like, be in the homeless streets, or I'm in the homeless streets. I don't want her to end up being homeless or, like, in the streets. And I know she has a kid now, so I want her to be good for her kid, because it's not the baby's fault. And I hope that society doesn't bully her too much to where she might want to, like, harm herself. Because I think that with her volatile personality, that she could be the type of person to do that. Like, I don't wish her anything bad, and I hope that she gets the help that she needs, but bitch is crazy. She crazy. How kind others said, oh yeah, I can't watch it. There's selective memory, then there's trying to an entire different movie in your mind. Amber is the latter. Yeah. Remember when Amber was laughing and looked up and made a straight face as soon as she moved her head up? Yes. He needs to come home to Kentucky, go back to the wife who loved him. Amber absolutely disgusted me when she brought Johnny's kids into the... Yeah, you don't bring somebody's kids into it. It triggers me to see him being gaslit. Yes. Her using his daughter to try to paint herself as a good person is offensive, as his daughter despises her. Exactly. She has a kid. I'm scared. Yeah, so she has a kid. I guess there was some sort of surrogacy or egg implantation or some sort of thing that went down like that. So she has like a kid now. So yeah, I looking back at my past relationship when I was in a DV relationship, um thinking of all the times that I went down and hit the ground and I was like being like, you know, um you don't look over at the carpet and be like, oh wow, the carpet's dirty. I never noticed the carpet's so dirty before. Like, bitch, come on. Really? When you're in that type of situation, especially when you've been going through it for a long, long time, you legit, like, you just check out. You just completely check out. There's no thought, there's no nothing. Like, there's times where you're like, I'm gonna die. This is it. Here I go. You remember smells. You remember feelings. But to be like, bitch, I remember seeing a little piece of Oreo crumb in my carpet, and I knew it was Oreo because I ate Oreos the night before and my dog snatched it out of my mouth, and then a crumb fell on the carpet, and then I tried to look for it but I couldn't find it, and I know that's the piece of Oreo that I dropped in the carpet. Like, bitch, you don't remember shit like that. Like, shut up, sit down. I'm glad that I stayed for this live. Yes. Very nice live. Yes. Agree. She called his kids weirdos. I know. Like, how condescending can you be? Oh, you know, I just love his kids. They were weirdos. Thanks, bitch. Who does that? I seriously, listen, you guys already know, my husband is way older than me, okay? For her to go out of her way in the beginning when she was giving, like, speaking about how they met, how they got to know each other, how they did all of this stuff, and she literally told the story as if she was a young, naive, like, teenage little girl who was, like, taken advantage of by an older, handsome, rich man. Bitch, you knew exactly what you were doing when you got into that relationship. As a woman who is married to a much older man, bitch, for her to be like, I didn't really know who he was. Like, I knew his name, but I didn't really, like, know. Girl, shut the hell up. You a damn lie. When I met my husband, he was like, I think he was like 42 or 43. I was like 24 or 25, and my husband was like 42, 43 years old, right? And when me and him were talking and we just brought up age, he was like, I'm 42, 43. He was like, damn, you're probably not going to talk to me no more now that you know how old I am. And I was like, what? Why wouldn't I? Like, I don't care how old you are. And I felt the same. I thought he wasn't going to talk to me because I thought he might have thought I was too young for him. Bitch, you knew. You knew he's old. You knew he had lines under his eyes, wrinkles on his damn forehead. You knew that his nuts probably touched the water when he sits down to drop a deuce. You know, bitch, don't act like you're innocent, like he manipulated you into being in a relationship with him. Shut up. Oh, I was so fascinated that he was into jazz and books and art. And it's like, bitch, he's 50 something years old when you met him. What the hell did you think he was going to be into? Snapchat, Instagram, anime, 90s clothing, technology. He's an old man. Like, yeah, he's going to be into things that were cool in his time period. Like, what the hell did you expect him to be? Oh, you were so fascinated by that, bitch? Shut up. Sit down. It's a very, if 1 plus 1 is 2 and 2 plus 2 is 4, then who the F is this? Yes. Amber is a grown woman. She knows what she's doing. Exactly. Yes. I will say this. For me personally, I've always been into older men. I've always been into older men because I was more mature for my age. Like, I'm an old soul. So for me, being in a relationship with people who are my age never felt right because I couldn't relate, and there wasn't like that sort of chemistry or things in common. Does that make sense? So for me, being like old soul, like I've always been, even as a child, like I remember like my grandpa used to be like, you're gonna be a smart kid someday, because I used to like read dictionaries and read like engineering books, and he used to have like all of these like crazy like physicist books and all. Like, I used to be a little kid and I used to like read stuff like that with him, and I remember like going in his office, and like my grandfather was an engineer. So I remember like going in his office and like, hey grandpa, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm reading a book. And I'm like, can I read with you? And I started reading at an early age, and I was like very fascinated by stuff like that. So my grandpa used to like show me like games, like how to play solitaire. And like, keep in mind, I'm like 4 or 5 years old, and I'm over here like playing solitaire, I'm playing poker, I'm playing like all these different card games, and I'm reading like these crazy books, and I'm like drawing like crazy stuff. And I was like more I was like more advanced for my age, I guess you can say. So growing up, being around children my age, I was always into like oldies, like 50s, 60s, like 40s, like that kind of music. And I used to know all these, you know what I'm saying? And so like being around kids who were like into like this type of music, like yeah, I like the music, but I just couldn't relate to them like that. So I always got along better with older people than I did with people of my own age. So being in relationships with men who were younger, not younger than me, but like in my age range, it always just never felt right. It always just felt like you're a little boy, like I can't relate, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, we not on the same frequency, boo. Like, it wasn't feeling normal. And so when I met my husband, and he was like older than me, because I've always liked older men, and I met him and he was mature, and we have the same mindset, we were on the same frequency, and we were on the same level. Like, I just felt like finally I found somebody who understands me, and I found somebody who freaking gets me. Like, so for her to sit there and make it seem like he manipulated her into being in a relationship, like, I'm not saying that's what she was implying, but if you watch her testimony on how they met and how they like became a thing and how things were in the beginning of the relationship, she really painted the picture as if she was like this dumb, naive, innocent girl who like was brainwashed into being with this old man. And it's like, bitch, no, that's not. I'm missing everybody's. Hold up, I'm scrolling. A 1,000 years old? No. No, he's not. I used to be so in love with the man. I did. I was like, I knew everything about him. I was like his biggest fan. I've grown out of that. I mean, like, yeah, he's always gonna have a special place in my heart. That was like my first crush. But I'm like if I met him or whatever, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, like, I'm just gonna be like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm just kind of like that now. Like, people are people to me now. The butler witness straight up said she's spoiled. She's a spoiled teenage brat. I know. Me reading apples and oranges as a little kid. Sammy be loving her Johnny. Cat! I love you, Cat. I love you. For those of you, I know you guys heard me say, talking about DV relationships, Kat is my angel. She saved my life. I frequently found myself more attracted to older guys, not because they're physically older, but because they've always felt more authentic and assured of who they are. Exactly. Exactly. Me being single, the kids, I still see them as kids for how they act. Are just too immature for me, and I don't want to be wasting time with someone who aren't sure who the hell they are. Exactly. That's why I'm 24 and still single. Oh, you'll find it. You'll find it. Sooner or later. Yeah. I know Johnny Depp's not 1,000 years old. We know. But he's older. He's older. He's older than Trevor. Trevor is gonna be 50 this year. He's gonna be 50 this year. Love you, girl. You look beautiful. Skinny, do I see a new pucker? It's the lip liner. Oh, I just rubbed it off. I love you, Kat. I hope you're doing good. I talked to Dennis the other day. He said you're getting better. It's funny seeing you talk about him like he is in a wheelchair. No, he's not. He's not. Like, that's the way she made it seem. That's the way she made it seem. She made it seem like he's some like creepy perverted old man that like took advantage of her. Feeling great. Oh, that's awesome. Kat, I love you. Talking about this conversation, Kath, we're talking about Johnny Depp and about people who've been in DV relationships. And I was telling them, as a person, which you know firsthand, that was in a relationship like that, Amber is freaking insane. That girl is nuts. Kath is my like guardian angel. She is the first person that I was like 100% able to like go to and tell her everything and just pour my heart out to her. And she listened to me and she heard me and she like stepped up and like helped me and like helped my kid. And like, I mean, we love her. We are forever like in her debt. Because of her, I am like married to my husband. Like, I am like in where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Because of her. Like, if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be dead. I'd probably be in a horrible place in my life. Yes, and Dennis. Dennis too. We don't forget about Dennis. Her and her husband. They saved my life. They saved my son's life. I am like forever, ever, like indebted and grateful and will do anything for them. And they have always been like my second mom and dad. And we love them. My Aaron, that's his crusty grandma. That's what Aaron used to say. You're my crusty grandma. Yeah. Oh, I love you guys. Yes. We're sending hugs to you guys too. We love you. Aaron, say hi to Grandma Cat.
Hi, Grandma Cat.
And still thriving. Yes. For when I was in the relationship that I was in, I tried to leave breadcrumbs. I tried to let people know. I tried to like talk to people, open up to people, but I felt very like pushed away and dismissed, or like almost kind of gaslighted in a sense, like, well, you obviously like it. Oh, but I know how you are too. And it's like, no, you don't know who I am. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm going through. And she really, really, really took me in. And because of her and her husband, they like, you know, like the domino effect, like when you stand up all the dominoes and you push it down and then they all start to fall into line. I felt like that was what they did for me, for my life, for my little onion over there. Like, they were my domino effect, that once I just like opened up and told them everything. And I mean, it was rough, it was hard, I had a lot of learning and a lot of growing and a lot of getting over things, and they just kept me accountable and kept me going and kept pushing me forward. And I would lock myself up in my room in the dark and just sleep all day and all night, and it was very depressive because that type of relationship is, it's almost like an addiction. It's almost like you're addicted to it because you're so programmed and you're so brainwashed and you're so used to it that you just like become like addicted to that. So when you take yourself out and everything is going great in your life, you're still waiting for everything to fall back down. And they just always kept me pushing me and helping me get back up and dust myself off and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying over and over again. And for that, I love you guys so much. When I hit the lottery, I am taking you guys and buying you guys like $20 million houses, and we're going on vacation for like a month, maybe 2 months. I love you guys. Crusty grandma forever. Yes. You're an inspiration. Nah, I'm just a normal human being. I'm just a normal human being who didn't become a product of my environment. Stay strong. That's the key. Even when you can't. Even when you give up on yourself. There's people like Kat, then people like Dennis, who will keep rooting for you no matter what, and will always keep hoping for the best, and will always push you to do better. Surround yourself with people who will always, always, always push you to do better and be better. Kat, I want to call you. I want to call you. Stay strong 2022. Yes. Yes. That's why I feel like Amber, that's why I feel like I take it personal in that aspect, in that sense, because yeah, it's not my life. Yeah, I don't know them personally. Yeah, she didn't do anything to me directly, but what makes me take it personal is the same fact that I've been in that situation, and I have been told that nobody will care, nobody will believe me, nobody will listen, nobody loves me, nobody this, nobody that. And now her doing this whole thing and faking it and capitalizing off of real victims, I feel like she is literally setting those people back, because now their abusers are going to sit there and be like, see, nobody believed her, that's what's going to happen to you. And they're going to use that as an example to keep their victims as victims and mentally mess with their victims' mind and make them even more so believe. And these people who are watching this case and are watching this trial, who can relate, who like see what she's talking about and be like, yeah, that feels, I know what she's talking about, I know what she means, or whatever. They're gonna feel like, damn, nobody's ever gonna believe me, nobody's ever gonna listen to me, they're gonna think I'm another Amber Heard. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what makes me take it personal, because I have been in that situation where I felt like nobody believed me and nobody listened and nobody cared, and I was crying out and I was leaving breadcrumbs, because you don't just come out and be like, hey, this person is punching me and this person is doing this to me and this person is doing this and here's what's going on with me. When you're going through that type of situation, you're embarrassed and you're ashamed of yourself and you're like down on yourself and you hate yourself because you let yourself get to that point in your life, so you don't want people to know. So you try to pretend like you're happy, you try to pretend like everything's okay, and you just keep enduring and taking it. So to sit there and see this unfold and see somebody like capitalizing off of that, off of real people, is disgusting. Not only capitalizing off of them like in a emotional sense, not only capitalizing off of them in a relatable sense, but capitalizing off of them in a financial sense is fucking disgusting. It is appalling and it is disgusting. The real Mona Lisa is rolling in her grave. Yes! I take it personally too, as I know Depp's feelings of feeling lost, doubtful, and the fear of no one believing her. What a sad reality. Believe him. It's a twisted situation of abusers helping other abusers accidentally or not to stay in power. Exactly. And that's the like real messed up part. That's the like jacked up part of it all. You know what I mean? It's really like, I'm glad that I'm no longer in that situation. But can you imagine all the millions of people, hundreds, thousands, whatever of people out there who are in that type of situation currently and is looking at this and how devastated they must feel? How defeated they must feel watching this, seeing this unfold. And I mean, a lot of people who are not like up to date with everything that is happening, of course, like somebody who's just coming in and like just seeing it for the first time, they're gonna be like, oh, I believe her, oh my gosh, I believe her. But like, imagine all the people who see this and how devastated they feel, because they feel like they're in that type of situation and they will never ever be able to get out of it. That's the part that sucks. That's the part that sucks. Big time. But honestly, I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot freaking wait for the cross-examination. When they start tripping her up, catching her up, calling her bluffs, I can't wait to see that. Because I wonder what her reaction is going to be. And I feel like she's so desperate that that's why she's like being extremely extreme. I feel like she's been prior to this coming out, like I know that on her Instagram she lost a bunch of people and people started like just trolling her the shit out of her on her Instagram. And I feel like she knew that coming into this trial that people, she was gonna have a bad like rap from it, because she wasn't getting the support that she thought she might have gotten. So I think that that's why her stories and her her narratives are so over dramatic and so crazy and so horrendously out there and far out there that I think that at this point she's grasping at straws in desperation. I think that's truly where a lot of this stuff is coming from, is desperation, because I feel like she knows she's losing. Especially going to court with them hot dog cheekbones and that toaster strudel highlighter. My feelings is that we must focus on supporting Johnny and his courage to face the odds despite Amber telling him no one will believe you. Expose Amber. Yes. Then Johnny's lawyers bringing up the photo of her doo-doo. That is gross. Yeah, that is gross. Like, to take a shit on somebody's bed, like, all your friends are living there for free. He's paying your mom and dad's bills. He's paying your friends' bills. You got all of this shit. You ain't got to worry about nothing. And then you take a shit on this man's bed. You nasty. She's nasty. The behavior panel on YouTube is for highly trained in deception, breaking down amazingly. I've seen that, Kath. I've seen that, and I am like, damn. Like, they pointed out some stuff that I was even like, dang. I'm gonna use that tactic on Aaron or on Trevor. Yeah, it's freaking nuts, dude. Like, just, I mean, even think about it. You sit there and say some of the most horrific, like, as a person in a DV relationship, like, there has been some horrific things that have happened, but the proof was, like, easy. You know what I mean? Like, having actual proof, having firsthand actual witnesses, having people actually see it. Like, I didn't need to, like, try to scrounge up shit to, like, get dirt on this person. Like, I literally, it just was, like, there. You know, it was easy. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that complicated. But for her to sit there and, like, have all of this proof that doesn't mean it does, and all of her proof that she claims to have, it means absolutely zero. You know, like when they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? The picture's worth, or a picture's worth 1,000 words, and it might look like you're trying to slap the shit out of your grandma, but you're trying to swat that damn wasp from stinging her nose. Like, that's what her evidence is. It's like open to interpretation. Like, it could be anything, but she specifically makes it out to be like things that are ridiculous. Like him in the freaking chair, sleeping like this with his hat on and his glasses. Oh, he was coked out and he was so drunk. Bitch, he looks like he's on vacation. What are you talking about? Go watch the breakdown, Johnny's testimony, and they did Amber's this past couple of days. I saw the one they did of Amber. But I don't think I finished the one that they did of Johnny. I noticed patterns of liars, and I seen them with Amber, but I didn't know how or call until I saw behavior videos. Yeah. And Kat, you know which one thing that I noticed too when and it reminded me so much of you when we used to watch like Dr. Phil and stuff, was when every time she would talk and she would shake her head no. I was like, she's lying. This bitch is lying. Johnny's literally using Amber's evidence. Yeah. And I was telling them earlier, I think that she sees, you know, like when you're watching a show, you can't help the facial expressions that you make, right? Like if you see something that it brings you joy, you smile. If you see something that makes you sad, your face or your brows might drop down or whatever. If you see something that makes you angry, you're gonna be like this, and you know what I mean. And I feel like that's why she keeps searching the jury, and I think that's why she keeps looking at them, and she's like looking at them, making eye contact. I even heard that a lot of the jury feel uncomfortable because she keeps trying to like make eye contact with them, and it makes them feel uncomfortable because they're like, bro, why you keep looking at me? But they I noticed that she's always doing that, and I really truly feel that she is trying to act out even more, because I feel like their reactions might be like hyping her up to over exaggerate. And I truly believe that the reason why her acting is so terrible is because she's lying, obviously, number one, and because I feel like she is too busy trying to mimic what an actual DV victim would experience if they had gone through that. And I think that's what makes it like so telling that she's lying, is the fact that she's literally trying so hard to mimic what she thinks an actual victim would act like. Yeah, I feel like if Johnny can get pulled from Pirates of the Caribbean, if Johnny can be pulled from what is it, Fantastic Beasts, I think that she should, if he's pulled from all of that, she should be pulled from Aquaman. I think she should. And it sucks because if Aquaman comes out and she's in it, I'm not going to watch it. And it sucks because that would ultimately affect the other actors and the other people who are in that, and all the people who worked so hard to create that film. But it's almost like one for all and all for one, you know, when it's that type of thing. Like if you're willing to drop people for false allegations and get rid of them because you don't want them to represent, even if it's true or false, like you don't want that kind of bad press for your company. Like I feel like Aquaman or the people or the company or whatever should be able to do the same thing when it comes to her. Right? Even though he had a small part in that movie, even though it was like a really tiny role. Come on now. Most Johnny Depp movies are freaking bomb. Yeah. I'm now hopeful I can be an actor with how low bar set by I know. I'm like, if Amber wins that trial based off of her terrible acting, I better get a freaking Oscar, Grammy, or something for my Mona Lisa video. Let's just throw it out there. Let's just freaking throw it out there. If I better get an Oscar or a Grammy for my Mona Lisa video for my acting skills if she wins. I know damn well, I know all of you can attest to this. I know damn well my acting skills in my Mona Lisa video were way freaking better than her acting skills on the stand. I ain't watching it. Me neither. Me neither. Mona Lisa for Grammy nominees. Yes. I think everybody needs to start. You know what? I'm gonna like start hashtagging all my pictures and all my stuff with that. Girl, I'll just send videos of me acting in my bathtub and send it to the Oscars. Hi, Sammy. Love your videos. I get called Mona Lisa all the time because my brows are plucked thin. But us Mexican chola girls gotta keep them sexy thin brows on, you know. Yes! King, yes! Same. Look, these things are thinner than my patience with Amber Heard. I love you too. Most award shows are jokes anyway, so I wouldn't be that hard to win. For reals. For reals. I better get an Oscar. That's all I'm saying. I better get an Oscar for my acting. That's all. Right? It's only fair, right? Like, I feel like I should be able to get one. If people could believe that crap on the witness stand or on the stand, period, I think I should get an Oscar nominee or a Grammy. Just saying. Just saying. I just joined the live since I just finished cooking fajitas, but I heard the stuff about the Amber and Johnny, and that shit's crazy, dude. Yes! Yes. We were just talking about it. We were just talking about it, and we was clowning on her makeup because it looked like she legit glued some ballpark Frank sausages right here to her cheekbones and used some toaster strudel icing for her highlight. Terrible. Terrible. They always talk down films from other countries. I'm for real. Oscars is just for Hollywood to pat itself on the back. True. And for sure, if Amber wins, Mona Lisa video deserves a Grammy because Amber can't act for Gaga. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if this bitch wins the trial, bitch, I better get a Grammy nomination or an Oscar nomination for my acting. Like Parasite and Breadwinner or Breadwinner. You act better than Amber and you aren't an actor. I know. I feel like my crying scene in my Mona Lisa video was way more believable than hers. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. My crying scene was way more believable. And how? You know, you real salty. You real salty and dehydrated if you can't even cry one damn tear. Not one. She's so salty, she got no flavor. She got no electrolytes. She got no saline coming down her eyes. You're so pretty. Oh my god. Aw, thank you. Disney also owns the Oscars, so it'll be giving itself the award. For real. All her tears are frozen because she's a cold person. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. I remember the first movie that I ever seen her in was the one with Nicolas Cage. And I kind of laughed because I thought it was so funny. Because when I first saw that movie, I was like, damn, this girl sucks. Like, she's really pretty, but damn, she sucks. And I just remember like Nicolas Cage being like more believable than anything, but I just was kind of like, this movie's not for me. That was the first movie I ever seen her in. I've told my bestie when they first got married that she doesn't seem like a good person. I've always seen through her and seen her as a low-key evil girl, and it turns out I was right. Yes! See? You should have been Johnny Depp's assistant. Onion. Got that intuition. Yes! You got that spidey sense. Wife two. Ah! Damn. Look. She over here shooting her shot. Johnny. You got a better wife over here. Shoot the shot. You never know. JD might be watching. JD might be watching. Shoot your shot. He's mine. Even for 50. Oh, I think he's way over 50. He was born in what? 62? 63? 1963? 1963, 1962. He was born in one of those. He's older than my mom and dad. My mom and dad were born in 1969. I'll describe my feelings about the Oscars with a quote from the legendary Crystal. I should have listened to my friend. She said, girl, don't go. None of the true talented people get awarded. Yes! Yes. Yeah, I know he's older than my mom and dad. I think he's born in... His birthday's like June 8th or June 9th, 1962 or 63. One of those. One of those. Shoot your shot. But I'm actually gonna get off now. I needs to go pee. I've been having to go pee for like the longest time. I need to get something to drink. I gotta get my child into bed. So I'm gonna get off, but hopefully I say we do another live. Why are you being a weirdo? Onion's being a weirdo. I'm gonna come back on tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do like an earlier live. I remember when I first saw him in Pirates of the Caribbean at Edward Scissorhands, and I was pouring with just with lust. I had the biggest crush on him when he was in Crybaby. I hope my husband's not watching this live right now, because he's gonna be like, bitch, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm just kidding. He's not gonna knock me out. I'm just kidding. You're kidding. You're kidding. He wouldn't dare. Okay, so let's see. So I'm on Texas time. So it's almost 9 o'clock here. So tomorrow, let's say like 4:30 Central time. He'll knock you out with drugs. Yes. Buenas noches, everyone. Good night. We'll end a story. Don't marry an Amber Heard. I know. Never marry an Amber Heard. They'll shit on your bed. They'll accuse you of being drunk on vacation, because people obviously don't get drunk on vacation. I'm here in San Antonio. Hey, I'm over here in Austin. Just don't Amber Heard. Yeah, and anybody who follows me on Instagram, I have a 20-minute grace period after my live is over that I will follow anybody back on Instagram. So it's sammyb.mua. Follow me, I'ma follow back. That jar of drugs. That jar of drugs she mentioned. You know damn well he has some cornstarch. That was cornstarch in that jar of drugs that she used for her, like, chafed ass cheeks from shitting on his bed, more than likely. Girl, quit playing. We know it was cornstarch for your booty because you be dropping deuces on people's beds and you probably wiped his ass with his sheets and you probably got a rash from it. Next, ranked above a carrot. That jar of drugs. Cornstarch, sugar, something. Ain't no way is drugs. Johnny too hot for that. I feel like if he did, like, the hard drugs and alcohol like she claims, I feel like he would look a little bit more beat up and older. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, drugs and alcohol and smoking and all that stuff is, like, supposed to, like, age you, like, dramatically. And my man is, like, almost pushing 60 years old and he still looks good. You know what I mean? Like, he still looks young. Not that he can't get plastic surgery or anything, but still, like, you can't correct texture. You can't correct, like, you know what I'm saying? For 58, he looks 40 and still. I gotta be careful because, you know, a girl got a ring on it, but. That was that. That's probably what was in that jar. It's that Aztec mineral clay that he be, like, putting on his face to keep him that eternal youth. She mistaked his Aztec powder for drugs. Don't want any of our mans catching it. Girl, I know. You know, my man's a little low-key. He's a little hater of the JD because he knew I was, like, in love with him and he saw my binder. I still have my binder from my freshman year of high school. Yeah, I do. And it is still covered. When the next time I go to Cali, I'm gonna go in my parents' garage and I'm gonna go in my box that is over there and I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna show you guys how freaking psychotic I was for JD when I was in 9th grade. Anyways, I'm getting off. I love you guys. Good night. And we'll talk more tomorrow. I should be on around 4:30 Central Time, Texas time. So, I'll see you guys then. Bye. Thanks for coming. We love you.